Good day everyone. Today we will be presenting the anti-illegal drug investigation process guided by the PNP Drug Enforcement Manual and Republic Act 9165, otherwise known as the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002. So this process shows how law enforcement agencies carefully move from intelligence gathering all the way to post-operation procedures and court prosecution, while strictly following legal safeguards and chain of custody rule. First, intelligence and case build-up. The investigation begins with information received. These may come from informant, a civilian report, barangay officials, or from police monitoring activities. Next is essential validation of information, where officers verify if tip is credible. They check the background of the suspect and confirm possible involvement in illegal drug activities. So after validation, surveillance and monitoring are conducted. This includes physical surveillance, discrete observation, and in some cases, a test to confirm the illegal activity. Once sufficient information is gathered, the team conducts a case assessment to determine the most appropriate operation, whether it will be a bypass operation, search warrant operation, or a warrantless arrest. So before any operation can proceed, mandatory coordination with the PDEA or the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency is done through a pre-operation report as required by Republic Act 9165. So this step is crucial to ensure legality and proper interagency coordination.
Next is operational planning stage. After coordination with PDEA, the team conducts a pre-operation planning conference. During this briefing, roles are assigned such as team leaders, arresting officers, pusher buyer, evidence custodian, and perimeter security. The team prepares all operational requirements including the marked money, body cameras if available, and the required coordination with barangay officials, DOJ representatives, and media representatives who will serve as witnesses during evidence inventory. Once everything is ready and approved by the commanding officers and PDEA, the operations receives the final go signals. Next is actual operation or bypass. The team proceeds with deployment to the target area. Arresting and support units are strategically positioned. The pusher buyer establishes contact with the suspect and the transaction takes place. Once the illegal drug is exchanged for marked money, this signals that the crime has been consummated. Immediately after the arrest of the suspect is effected, the arresting officers identify themselves as law enforcement agents and inform the suspect of their constitutional rights. A search of the suspect and the immediate area is then conducted, leading to the recovery of dangerous drugs, marked money, and other drugs paraphernalia.
Evidence handling and documentations. After seizure, on-site marking of the evidence is done immediately. Each item is marked with the date, time, and the initials of the arresting officer to preserve its identity. This is followed by the physical inventory and photographing of the seized items, conducted in the presence of the accused and the required witnesses, namely an elected public official, a DOJ representative, and a media representative. An inventory receipt is prepared and signed by all witnesses. The seized items are then personally turned over to the crime laboratory within 24 hours for chemical examination by a forensic chemist. Fifth, the post-operation procedures. The suspect undergoes booking procedures including personal data recording and medical examination. The arresting officers prepare all required affidavits and reports such as the affidavit of arrest, affidavit of seizure, pre-operation report, and post-operation report. The criminal case is filed within the prosecutor's office through inquest or preliminary investigation. During court proceedings, the arresting officers, evidence custodian, and forensic chemist testify to establish the chain of custody and prove the integrity of the seized drugs. The evidence is kept in secure storage until the court issues a final ruling.
Case resolution and importance of procedure. Finally, the case reaches its resolution, which may result in conviction, acquittal, or dismissal, depending on the strength of the evidence and compliance with legal procedures. This entire investigation process highlights the importance of proper coordination with PIDEA, strict adherence to the chain of custody rule, presence of required witnesses, and full respect for the constitutional rights of the accused. These safeguards ensure that justice is served while protecting the integrity of law enforcement operations.
People versus Malilig. GR number 172953, April 30, 2008. The Supreme Court emphasized the importance of the chain of custody in illegal drug cases. The accused was arrested during a bypass operation, but the prosecution failed to clearly show how the seized drugs were handled from the time of confiscation until their presentation in court. The court ruled that every link in the chain of custody must be accounted for, including who seized, received, examined, and presented the items. Due to these lapses, the identity and integrity of the seized drugs were placed in doubt, resulting in the acquittal of the accused. This case highlights that improper handling of evidence can invalidate an entire drug case. In People versus Lim, GR number 231989, September 4, 2018, the Supreme Court ruled that the presence of the required witnesses during inventory is mandatory under Section 21 of RA 9165. In this case, the police conducted a bypass operation but failed to secure the presence of DOJ representative and media representative during the inventory and photographic of the seized drugs. The officers also failed to give a valid and written justification of their absence. Because of this violation, the court ruled that the integrity of the seized evidence was compromised and acquitted, and the accused, stressing that witness requirements are a valid safeguard against evidence tampering.